Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hey guys, what's going on, Pile 1? Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. And we are doing another pick a card love reading. Tapping in, channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings for you right now. Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general love reading. Whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. If something isn't quite landing, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with. I do have personal readings available. Check the description box below for all the booking details. There's a lot of readings in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. So go check them out, see which ones are fitting your needs or your wants, desires. Okay, so you guys were drawn to, let's see, this is the Bloodstone heart. Let's check your person's overall vibe when it comes to you and their connection with you. Okay. We got come to the edge in the upright position. We also have the Star in the reverse, the 3 of Swords in the reverse. Your person may have been hurt before, wanting to heal or trying to heal, healing from something. So with come to the edge in the context of what's coming through in this energy, it feels a lot like the Fool, okay? But with the Star in the reverse, the 3 of Swords in the reverse, and then the 3 of Wands in the reverse, this is more like the Fool in the reverse, okay? Aquarius energy coming through with, again, okay? So heavy Aquarius energy is coming through. There feels to your person like there has to be some kind of a leap of faith here when it comes to you. All right. Now, the fact that come to the edge is showing up in the upright position does let me know that your person wants to take that leap. Okay. But with the Star in the reverse, that's a sense of doubt, not feeling so hopeful or optimistic about it. There is some fear, doubts, and insecurities attached to making that leap of faith, and it could be attached to something, you know, your person could still be feeling like they're healing, like there is healing with the 3 of Swords in the reverse, but it's still in the process of healing. Okay. Along with the 3 of Wands in the reverse, so there's delays here. Your person wants to take this leap of faith right towards you, but it feels like not yet. Okay, not yet. Yeah, not yet. They're not saying no, Pile 1, but they're saying not yet. Okay, let's find out what their thoughts and feelings are. Pile 1's person. one more shuffle. Let's see what's going on with your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you. Pile 1. I'm going to get 6 of these out, okay? Unless, so give me a minute. If something comes out or a message just wants to come out, I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'm going to get all of these out. Yeah, we got I need my space right now, okay? Yeah. This feels like your person needing space to try to wrap their head around something or to get their head right. It's like they're right at the edge, right? I'm seeing that scene, and I just watched it the other day, that movie, Selena, with Jennifer Lopez, right? And in the movie, the character is standing, like going bungee jumping. And Selena, the character, is like standing right at the edge looking down, and you know, the courage is there, but there's still that fear, like, oh my gosh. And the guy that was helping her do that said the hardest part is letting go, okay? And so that's what your person is needing space for right now. They know, they want to take that leap. They want to. There's still being held back by fear, though, okay? It's not because they lack faith. That's not what it is. It's just the fear of taking that leap. I hope that makes sense. For some reason, I'm being guided to explain that a little bit more. So, like, if you were to go bungee jumping, you know, yeah, there's some risk with anything like that. Like, if you go, you know, what do they call that? Sky diving, right? You have some faith that, you know, the bungee cord is not going to snap, right? Or the parachute is not going to malfunction. And you'll have, you know, you might have more faith in the fact that things are going to work the way that they're supposed to work, but there's still that nagging thought. What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't, right? And so that's kind of where your person is at with everything. They're trying to get over that nagging thought or that feeling, like, what if I, you know, take this leap and, you know, the parachute doesn't open, or the bungee cord doesn't, you know, hold up and snaps in two. It's like, you know, they're afraid of their demise, okay? So your person, for whatever reason, is associating some kind of risk with that leap of faith, but they have more faith than they do fear, okay? But that fear is what's currently holding them back. Wow, let me get a couple of these out. I don't know if you're looking at the board, pile 1. I will tell you what's on the board. If you're not, give me a minute. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, on the board, we have soul snatching sex. Okay. Your person loves that aspect of your guys' connection. First card out. Okay, first thing they want to talk about is how amazing the sex between the two of you is. Okay, off the charts. Sexual chemistry off the charts. We also have I'm serious about you and I'm serious about us. Okay, that's why this come to the edge energy is showing up in the upright position, because, you know, they are serious. They're wanting to do this. So whatever fear they might have associated with your guys' connection, they want to be able to let go of so they can take that leap, right? And then we also have I need my space right now. And then we also have I'm feeling on top of the world, which is showing up right underneath soul snatching sex, okay? And that's coming through in this energy of your person. Is just like, you know, it's almost like they can, there might be some euphoria or bliss or something. There's some kind of a high that they catch when they're with you. And that high, I'm hearing, can last them for days, okay? They do, you know. And so I'm hearing them say that it's not just about the sex for them, but they're saying, like, it's really good. Okay, pile 1. It's like they can feed off the high that they get from that for days afterwards.
Okay, we also have I'm stalling to avoid taking action. And that is showing up right underneath I'm serious about you, and I'm serious about us. Okay, so your person is not wanting you to take, like if they've withdrawn their energy or they are taking some space to themselves right now, they're not wanting you to take that personally, right? They don't want you to think that that's because they're not serious about you and serious about your guys' connection. They are serious about it, but we'll find out, you know, that they're stalling and what action they're talking about. So the action is that leap of faith, right? Whatever action that they are stalling to avoid taking is that leap of faith. So we'll find out what action that is. And then we also have can't stop thinking about it, which feels like rumination in this energy because it is showing up right underneath I need my space right now. Okay, so whatever that fear is that is tied to whatever action your person is, you know, that they're wanting to take, you know, that action is going to signify some kind of seriousness between the two of you, right? An action that demonstrates that they are serious about you and their connection to you. But there is also risk and fear that is attached to it for some reason, and it's that fear that your person isn't quite ready. They're trying to like make peace with it, right? To let go of it. Let's see, let's get down to the bottom of I'm stalling to avoid taking action. What's the action here? Ooh, the moon. Could be associated with fear. It could just be fear itself. Tell me more. Oh, okay. Three of Pentacles. Something for that the two of you are working on together. Coming together with you in a partnership. Okay, the Three of Pentacles is getting together and working on something tangibly, right? Working together as a team. This could also talk about a third-party situation with the Three of Pentacles here. Okay, not a Three of Cups, it's a Three of Pentacles. And so there could be some confusion or some doubt, fears, insecurities, some fog regarding like a third-party dynamic here. For those of you where a third-party dynamic is present, right? So the action could involve a third party of some kind. It doesn't always have to be romantic, okay? Doesn't always have to be a person. It could be a job related. I just heard child. It could be child related. Okay? And then there's, ooh, in the moon, I just noticed there's three animals in there too. Yeah, heavy third-party energies coming through, okay? It largely feels like whatever the fear is about has to do with a third party. Like whatever action they're going to take feels like it's going to impact a third party. And that's kind of where that fear that they can't stop thinking about, okay? Yeah, bottom of the deck, the Ten of Cups. That's family. There's children there, okay? So for those of you where your person has kids, they could be taking into account like whatever action they're wanting to take towards you that is requiring a leap of faith could affect their children. Okay. Or it could affect, you know, having children, you know, anything else? Let's see, because that was a little bit more on the specific side. Yeah. And then for those of you where the third party dynamic does not resonate, we got the Ace of Pentacles here. It's grounding your guys' connection into the real world. Okay. The Three of Pentacles, I'm sorry. The Ace of Pentacles is an actual seed that you plant into the ground. Okay. And so that can look like taking real world action steps. Getting your guys' connection off the ground in a very tangible way. Okay. Earth energy, Pentacle energy, you know, that's commitment, that's groundedness, that's being centered, reliable, responsible, consistent, and stuff like that. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we want different things. Let me check that out real quick. this may also be an energy that's tripping your person up with we want different things. That feels like something else they're ruminating over, okay? These cards are so shifty when I'm asking about that. And it is because your person feels like they're wrestling with that, okay? So some of you have some fundamental differences, okay? Some core differences. Your person might be trying to figure out how to work on some of those things. Because we got the Devil coming through, and then we also have the Four of Cups. There's the Devil, the Four of Cups, and then we got the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Swords in the reverse, that's like, you know, not being in avoidance anymore, not avoiding the situation anymore. Let me look at something real quick. Your person tends or can get very restless in a connection, just overall. Your person might have a hard time settling down. This feels, especially with that Four of Cups showing up there, this is letting you know they're not necessarily avoiding things, but they're not like receiving them either. So this is like they're not saying no, but they're not saying yes, okay? There doesn't seem to be any energy going into the connection itself at this point in time. This almost feels like your person's spinning their wheels, or just kind of going in circles with that Knight of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. Capricorn energy coming through twice with that Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, along with Taurus and Virgo. Your person could be attached to, you know, a certain way of life, or maybe certain bad habits or something like that, that they might be having a hard time refusing, or that they're trying to refuse, but they have a hard time, right? They might be trying to like refuse the Devil energy, but then sometimes they win and sometimes they don't, right? Sometimes they're successful at avoiding it and sometimes they're not, okay? Let's see how long. We can get timing and then we'll close your guys' reading. You know, it doesn't feel like they're going to be, whatever this space is, it may not be for too much longer. Your person, once they get their head right about whatever this thing is, things are going to move fairly quickly. They just got to get right with something, some kind of fear. They got to get past it, right? They got to let go of it. And once they do let go of that fear, it's going to be very quick, okay? So in real life timing, this could be air, like an air sign season, which I think right now, are we still in Aquarius season? Are we in Pisces? No, we're in Pisces season now. So Gemini season, right? I know that's not, I mean, that's kind of far. It's a timeless reading, so it'd be like the next air sign season, okay? That would be the farthest out. Because we also have the Nine of Swords showing up in the reverse. So it can be like anywhere between 9 days and like 3 months, okay? But overall, the most general list of like time ranges is just letting you know, once your person gets their head and their heart right, like get those two things in alignment when it comes to this action that they're wanting to take, which feels like grounding your guys' connection in the real world somehow, okay? Which that might look like, you know, actually having a commitment, introducing each other to your guy, like, you know, friends, family, spending more time together consistently, going out on dates. You know, it's small, right? The Ace of Pentacles is small, but it is grounded in the real world. I hope that makes sense. And once they get over that fear, things are going to start moving very quickly. All right, you guys, pile one, that was your reading. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, you know the deal. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile, please. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you have not yet already done so, simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement in pile one. I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. Hey Pile 2, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Michelle and we are back doing another pick a card love reading. Tapping in, channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and their connection with you. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general collective love reading. You know the deal. Just whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. If something doesn't quite land, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into your person's connection with you. All the booking details can be found in the description box below. Lots of readings available in the specific person category. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting distracted by all the flames. Okay, we'll see what's going on here. A lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. Anyway, you guys were drawn to, what is that? The raw black obsidian. There might be a need to cut through, like sometimes black obsidian can like cut through psychic fog, right? It can also act as a filter. It's, you know, very grounding, very protective. There might be a need for that kind of energy. With this connection for some reason. It's like I was getting distracted by the pretty flames, you know. Let's see. Let's find out what their overall energy is towards you and their connection with you. So we got new life. Okay. We also have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, the Lovers in the reverse, and then we also have, what is that, the Nine of Cups. Okay, so, you know, there's some question. Yes, the main card out is new life, and so this can be talking about, you know, breathing new energy. This can be like renewal, reset, right? Breathing new life and new energy into maybe a connection that's either, you know, kind of stagnated, maybe has died out. Yeah, it can be like, you know, reigniting a flame that maybe had been dying down, right? Or had went out. Because that was one of the first things that was catching my attention with the flames over here, because I thought one of them was going out, right? And then that kind of distracted me with the other ones. There was a couple of flames that were doing that. And so with that Five of Pentacles in the reverse, you know, that can be talking about coming out of the cold. That Lover's in the reverse, though, that's still feeling misaligned about something, or that can be a delay in making some kind of a decision, okay? But with the Nine of Cups here, you know, their overall energy towards you, they see reason, okay? They see reason to like breathe new life into your guys' connection, or breathe new energy into your guys' connection. Yeah, these are not lukewarm feelings here. We got Gemini coming through with the Lovers. Something isn't quite lining up, though, with the Lovers in the reverse. So, I mean, their overall main energy towards you, Pile 2, they're hopeful, okay? They're hopeful. There's even, like, relief here with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm almost hearing them say, like, that was close. That was close, okay? This feels like a quiet, what do they want to say? It's a quiet optimism. They're optimistic, but it's a very quiet, it's almost a cautious optimism that your person is feeling when it comes to you and their connection with you overall. Okay, so there's a softening here that's happening here. Your person is softening towards you, reopening, they're reassessing things from maybe like a different lens. Maybe they were looking at you and their connection with you through a more defensive lens, and now they're looking at things through a different angle. But I still feel like they're trying to sort things out mentally, internally, with that Lovers in the reverse. Okay, so, you know, your person could be thinking like maybe all is not lost between the two of you. Thinking like maybe things could work, right? And really wanting to center things on this Nine of Cups here. Like, this could be really good between me and pile 2. That's what that I feel like that black obsidian is for. They're trying to cut through like some kind of mental psychic fog. Okay. I feel like the black obsidian is for that lovers in the reverse energy, trying to figure out, but your person is like, they still feel like there's a quality of wish fulfillment that they associate with you and their connection with you. Okay. Yeah, that lovers in the reverse, it's not quite stabilized yet. Okay. There's the desire to want to choose you, and you know, and like a reestablished or a reinvigorated, you know, energy into your guys' connection, but there's like hesitancy coming through. Okay, in that lovers in the reverse energy. Let's find out what their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings are. One more. All right, we got trust issues, yeah. Okay, we got sticking up for you and hyping you up to others, okay. Interesting. This wanted to first come out where it was orientated towards the side that says, I'm not a safe space for you, and I just heard them say right now. But it's shifting to where it says your heart is safe with me. That might be what that lovers in the reverse is about, trying to figure out whether or not, you know, they can be the kind of space for you and for this connection that is needed for your guys' connection to actually thrive. Okay. So I'm going to kind of put that off a little bit wonky, so I know, because right now your person could still feel like they're not a safe space for you, but that energy is shifting, okay? Or it's just now coming out of, your person is just now coming out of that energy, because it is now to the side where it says your heart is safe with me, okay? They may not have been up until this point. And so that might have something to do with that lovers in the reverse. Yeah, the trust issues, okay? So your person could legitimately be a safe space for you now, pile 2. But that doesn't mean that trust issues still don't remain. There's still, you know, the fallout of them not being a safe space at some point in time with you, and their connection with you has birthed trust issues, right? Let's get a few more. Ooh, we got someone else has my heart showing up right underneath trust issues. That's interesting. So we got pure manipulation showing up underneath, sticking up for you and hyping you up to others. Oh, wow. Then we got I'm ready and lost our spark showing up together. Bottom of the deck says I can't stop thinking about it. This feels like a lot of that energy that's destabilizing that lovers in the upright position. It's trust issues, okay? It's interesting to note that pure manipulation is showing up right underneath, sticking up for you and hyping you up to others. Hold on, let me look at someone else has my heart. Ooh, yeah, it may have been somebody that because we got strength in the reverse, and then we have the Ace of Wands in the upright position. This could be somebody that they are like currently sexually and or romantically active with, okay? Because it says someone else has my heart. Could be a Leo, okay, or a fire sign, or another fire sign, Aries and Sag. And that might be why that lovers is showing up in the reverse, is because there's another person, right? There's another option they're having to consider, or at least another person, whether or not that person is an option, but it says that someone else has their heart. And so there could be 2 new beginnings that your person is, this is a very specific message. There could be 2 new beginnings that your person is contemplating. And it's like, do I go towards pile 2 or do I go towards, you know, the third party? It's like, where do I put this new beginning energy towards? Strength coming up again. It's not necessarily a romantic third party, though. Doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be an ex. Okay. Doesn't have to be somebody that's, you know, active in their life right now. It could be somebody that they have kids with. Could be a newer connection. Let's see. They're not necessarily considering a new beginning with that person. So that Ace of Wands can just talk about maybe, like, you know, ooh, let me double check on that one. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna just tell you guys, they're leaving the door open for whoever that person is. Okay. That's what that Ace of Wands with that Strength in the reverse is feeling like. Like, you know, if the possibility exists that the third party might come back and want to reignite, you know, or want a new start with them. They're not closing the door on that, and that's being clarified by the Two of Pentacles. This would be like them juggling you and the third party at the same time. This feels like them not wanting to close the door on either of you. This is so specific, you guys, and it is feeling like a third party energy, okay? Again, you know, put things how they fit in your guys' dynamic. Again, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. You know, if your person has kids, they could have a hard time juggling you and, you know, parenthood or something like that, okay? They could have a hard time juggling you, but we're talking about somebody that has their heart, somebody that's very near and dear to them. This is not you know, job related. It's not a coworker unless they're, you know, involved with that coworker, right? It's not a boss or anything like that. This is someone that is very near and dear to your person's heart. Tell me about pure manipulation. Ooh, definitely. We got the Devil and coming out with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is giving me the energies of your person stalling to avoid taking action towards you and their connection with you, because there is a active attachment to you, but they're not, you know, but that attachment could also be to someone else as well. This feels like your person being in between a rock and a hard place, between two people that's very important to them, you and a third party, okay? Okay, and this is whoever this, okay, so that is related to sticking up for you and hyping you up to others. This is like family, right? They could be, like, if you hear that your person is speaking highly of you, they could be using that, hoping that it gets back to you so that it, like, gives them brownie points. Okay, they're using the good things that they're saying about you behind your back in a good way, right? As manipulation, though, and it is being driven by this Devil energy with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, because your person's feeling very restless, okay, in this energy. But again, this feels like this is their way of stalling in order to avoid taking action or making that choice. This feels like them trying to buy time, okay? Interesting. We got I'm ready and lost our spark. Tell me about these two. I'm ready and lost our spark. There's the Knight of Pentacles again. Yeah, this is that stop and start. It's like they'll get going towards you, right? Or towards a path. You know, they'll get going on a path towards you, and then they'll lose momentum. They'll lose motivation. I'm not necessarily, is this losing desire? I mean, it could be because we got the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You know, they could just lose steam. They could lose interest. They could lose, you know, yeah, it's not necessarily that they lose passion, right, in you. It could just be like whatever actions are needing to take. It's just like your person may not be the kind of person to be able to maintain consistency. Like the consistency itself, like makes your person kind of get bored or something like that. Especially with that devil energy coming out with that pure manipulation. Your person could be very impulsive. Very impulsive, not very steady or consistent. And so I can feel how they would probably be very confusing to you, because it's like they'll be gung-ho one moment, right? Like, right, like ready, let's do this, pile two, let's make this happen. And then bam, they put on the brakes. But it's not necessarily putting on the brakes right away. You can feel like, you know, whatever intensity that they had when they started off with, it very quickly fades, right? And then things eventually stalls out. This feels like it could be a cycle, right? Like this is something that happens off and on with you guys. Tell me about trust issues. They do want to offload those with the Ten of Wands in the reverse. Almost like they want to ease, like if you're the one with trust issues, pile two, they want it to help somehow. They want to help kind of take some of those trust issues off your plate somehow. Tell me about the Ten of Wands in the reverse, clarifying trust issues. Yeah, these are your trust issues, okay? These are your trust issues. They may want to make up for it by way of like maybe some financial contributions here with the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, you know, they may not have the ability to make up for what has gone down between the two of you, but it's like, let me pay some of your bills. Let me, you know, something like that, right? Let me do something for you. Let me pay those bills. Let me let me help you out financially or something like that. Let me take some of that stress or that mental load off of you, right? It's almost like, it's interesting. It's coming through like they're feeling guilty for the trust issues, and they know they're not going to be able to go back in time and undo it. So it's like, well, here, maybe I can make up for it with my wallet, right? But I mean, you know, it's not coming from a flippant place. We got the King of Cups showing up at the bottom of the deck, right? There's love here that your person has for you. There's established feelings that your person has for you. They do care about you. All right. So with this energy, it feels like your person doesn't like the effect that maybe these trust issues are having on you, especially if they see those trust issues are stressing you out personally, pile two. They may want to try to figure out a way to help ease that stress, even if it's not in a way that you prefer, right? You might have a way that you prefer for them to ease the stress with those trust issues, but they're like, let me throw some money at it instead, okay? That kind of a vibe, especially if it has anything to do with like a third party. Tell me about your heart is safe with me. They may be getting down off their high horse, okay? But this also feels like they're not quite there yet. They're getting there, okay? What does this mean? Your heart is safe with me, though. In what way? Six of Wands in the reverse is clarifying that. This feels like them wanting to show up in a way that doesn't add any more stress to you and their connection with you. The Ten of Wands in the reverse is showing up again. Okay, again, this feels like they want to be a safe space for you. That's what they want. They don't want to cause you or add to, they don't want to cause you any more stress or add to the stress that you might already have. And they definitely don't want to add to the trust issues that you might already have. But they're not feeling very optimistic about it with that Six of Wands showing up in the reverse. It's like they're failing at doing that. They want to be a safe space for you, but they're failing at it, okay? Pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this, actually stop. My bad. Pile, hopefully I remember to like edit this part out, okay? Because we still have Can't Stop Thinking About It to look at the bottom of the deck. Let's Can't Stop Thinking About It at the bottom of the deck. Tell me about this energy here, please. We got, yeah, they're still there. They're really thinking about it with the Ace of Swords in the upright position. Okay, this is very, very active energy in the background. Okay, they literally cannot stop thinking about it. It's everywhere. It's even when it's not in the forefront of their mind, it's in the background. It's everywhere. It's buzzing everywhere. So what is it they can't stop thinking about? Pile 2's person. Possibly a missed opportunity that they had with you, with the Four of Cups showing up with the Ace of Swords, like now looking back, right? Or having refused an opportunity that they did not take advantage of when they had the chance because of maybe potential competition. This could have been inner conflict they had about that opportunity as well. Okay, so why can't they stop thinking about it? Page of Wands. That's that fresh new energy there. Was this opportunity already presented and they just kind of messed it up? And that could be their fear as well. If they haven't had this chance of this new opportunity with you and breathing new life into this connection and starting over again with you, right? There's a few messages coming through because of course that Lovers in the reverse still applies. That's the decision that your person is needing to make. That's them either accepting that cup or rejecting it, right? Yeah, that's what they can't stop thinking about is do I take this opportunity or do I reject it? They're feeling very conflicted about it with that Five of Wands. Okay, so that lets you know, Pile 2, there's a part of them that deeply, deeply wants to take that cup from you. With you, right? Not from you, but they want to accept the offer. They want to accept the opportunity of a new, like breathing new life into your guys' connection because they do see it as wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups here. They get personal satisfaction and fulfillment with you and their connection with you. All right, but there's something getting in the way, and for many of you it's some kind of a third party, okay, that's in their life that may not. It's interesting to note that as I'm saying that, here's the Nine of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. And so if there is a third party, right, with that Lovers in the reverse and they're having to choose between two different people, not so much wish fulfillment on the other person's end. Okay, not a lot of personal satisfaction there or personal fulfillment. They could feel like something is missing when it comes to that connection. Okay, but for some reason it's like they're having a hard time choosing anyway or either way. Okay, Pile 2, thank you. That was your reading. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know that you picked this pile. If you got from this reading what you came here for, make sure you're smashing the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Become part of the family if you have not yet already done so, simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 2, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. What's going on, Pile 3? Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, we are back doing another pick a card love reading. tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings for you at this time, right now. Okay, so keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general love reading. Whatever resonates, do whatever you want with it. If something doesn't quite land, drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. There's a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, including a $25 thoughts and feelings reading that you can book, where we tap exclusively into your person. Okay, so go check it out, you guys. Pile 3, you guys were drawn to the rhodonite stone. Let's find out your person's main overall energy toward you and their connection with you. We got never-ending story. Okay, so your person is definitely not wanting to either, they don't want to rehash the past or reopen old wounds or carry on with like destructive patterns here between the two of you. What else do we got going on? Okay, 10 of Pentacles. So currently they still see, or they do see long-term potential, and they do have long-term vision when it comes to you. Justice says they want to like do what's right by this connection. This can also talking about trying to figure out what the best option might be or the best path to take here. It kind of signifies like a decision, because when you think about Justice, which is Libra, and sometimes on the traditional tarot you can see Justice blindfolded with the scale, right? So your person's really trying to not be too much in their head and really do what's right, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands. That's a spark. That's a new beginning. That's, you know, fire is the, you know, what a lot of people believe is, you know, the creation of life. And so wanting to maybe spark something into the connection, but they're telling me to go back to Justice only if it makes sense. Only if that's the right thing to do. They are interested, right, in this long-term vision, in this 10 of Pentacles energy or this lifestyle with you. But something, the center of gravity is this Justice right here, which is Libra energy, okay? We also have fire signs showing up as main energies, Aries, Leo, Sag, okay? Let's find out what is going on. We'll get their main overall energy, or their thoughts and feelings. We'll get their thoughts and feelings. Pile 1's person, show me their real true, sorry, pile 3. Pile 3's person. So there's definitely still attraction, right? Your person is still interested in this connection with you, pile 3. But it's like they're coming through in this energy of like it has to make sense, but not in an egoic way. Okay, Justice is karma. Like it needs to make sense. It needs to bring good karma, right? It needs to be born out of good karma, not making decisions from the ego or pride or a wounded space. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's see. Okay, still holding a grudge. Yeah, I kind of do feel like, because I'm seeing like not weighing options, but there's things that your person is weighing when it comes to, because this almost feels like your person trying to figure out like, do I go this route with pile 3 or do I go a whole different route altogether? Yeah, and then we got healing core wounds. Okay, let's get a few more. We're going to get 6 total. Oh, love triangle. Yikes. Okay, that is what it is. I know a lot of people try to, and it may be true, but for most of you that are tuning in, because this is out on the board, this is a love triangle between you, your person, and a romantic sexual third party on their side, okay? However, we do have, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back, all right? We'll find out. We'll get, things are feeling complicated is what this feels like. Yeah, and then underneath healing core wounds says, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. Okay, let's get one more. And then just flew on the floor. Please don't give up on me. And don't give up on us. Why is that showing up right underneath the love triangle? You, me, and a third party. Back of the deck says, I need my space right now. Okay, let me check that back of the deck energy real quick to see what we got going on there. Tell me more about I need my space right now. It's showing up at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this passing energy, it's on its way out, okay? It's not anchored or background energy. It's actually weakening. And so if your person has been withholding maybe even an apology, okay, with the Page of Cups showing up in the reverse, they may be wanting to step forward, okay? I do feel like they've been withholding them. Yeah, they've been withholding both, like they've been withholding like affectionate communication and passionate, flirty communication. They may, it is not necessarily coming through no communication, but it feels very dry or very mute. Okay, not mute as in like not talking. There's just something very dry about the communication. It's like business as usual, right? Things could have gotten really tense between the two of you. That might be why your person is saying with this never-ending story showing up in the reverse, like no more drama, no more, like there's a cycle or a back and forth that you guys tend to do that they don't want to do anymore. There's a kind of a pattern that you guys have that they don't want to repeat, okay? Tell me about still holding a grudge. Ooh, they're holding a grudge, possibly against you, okay? They are holding a grudge. They're holding a grudge. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be against you. What does this got to do with pile 3? They almost are not wanting you guys. This feels like what's getting in the way here. There's a grudge that's in between the both of you. There's a lot of confusion. Your person's kind of coming through in this energy of not really, so you could be holding a grudge against them, right? But they're also holding a grudge against you, and it could be because what's coming through is like they don't know, either they don't know how to make it right with you, with the Justice showing in the reverse showing up with the Queen of Wands in the reverse, or you won't let them, or they just feel like they can't make it up for you or up to you. Whatever this is, it's like they would take action if they could, if they knew that there was something that they could do to make things right, or to balance the scales between the two of you, right? Even out the playing field, they would. And they're feeling, I'm hearing pissy. They're feeling pissy that they're not able to, okay? What's going on with love triangle? That's too many. Something might be shifting in that dynamic, in the love triangle dynamic. What is shifting? Your person, okay, with the King of Wands here. Towards pile 3 or the third party? Ooh, towards the third party. Okay, something is shifting in the dynamic, but it's between them and the third party. Okay, they're actually shifting. Okay, it's kind of weird. They're shifting away from the third party. There could have been, and the reason why your person might be shifting away or moving away from the third party, or things are shifting in a negative sense, like creating distance between them and the third party, is because of fights, conflict, tension, drama. Okay, that's what they're weighing options with that justice there. They're trying to figure out, like, what's the right thing to do in this situation. It's like, you know, it's I'll be honest, again, they're leaning away from the third party. Now, that doesn't, interesting that we got the two of Pentacles coming out, and then we also have the Two of Swords showing up at the bottom of the deck. They feel blocked, like they don't know what to do almost. Now, this is not a third party reading, so we're not going to dive any deeper in that. So, okay, that makes sense, because they're talking about shifting away. There's growing distance between them and the third party, and then they're over here with you, pile 3, saying, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. If only they could figure out what that is, right? Again, with still holding a grudge, your person is feeling a little bit of contempt for the fact that there's a sense that there isn't anything that they could do to heal that wound, right? Or bridge the gap, or heal the divide between you. What's going on with healing core wounds? Yeah, look, we got the Two of Pentacles coming out again with the Five of Swords in the reverse. Wow. Your person could be taking a step back from both you and the third party, pile 3. Really trying to get their mind right and see things clearly, because with this never-ending story in the reverse, it's like there's almost a refusal coming through in your person's energy, not wanting to repeat history, whether it's in their connection with you and or in their connection with the third party. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, there is dissatisfaction coming through in their connection with the third party. There's also some dissatisfaction coming through in their connection with you, although with you, pile 3, they do experience emotional fulfillment with you. I haven't seen that come up between them and the third party. I've just seen like the Five of Swords. Something about that connection is not working out. Okay, there's growing distance between them and the third party as well. Tell me about I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. Yeah, they just don't know what. Okay, the King of Swords in the reverse, they just don't know what that is. They're like, pile 3, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back if I only knew what it was. Okay. I'm even hearing them saying, just give me a chance. Give me a chance to make it up to you. Some of you could be digging your heels in, though. Maybe not budging. We got, if I could undo the pain I caused you, I would. Again, showing up right underneath healing core wounds. They know they've done some damage, or there is some damage that has been done in this connection, right? They want to repair. They want to restore. They're feeling a little bit hopeless, though, in that regard, pile 3, okay? And again, we do have that Ace of Wands here. That spark is still there between the two of you. Your person is still holding long-term vision, the Ten of Pentacles, with you, okay? And at the same time, there's this grudge energy here that your person's like, we can't move forward. We can't even start to build towards that Ten of Pentacles if there's still resentment and bitterness, anger, holding on, you know, to the past tightly, guards up, walls up, suspicions, right? Please don't give up on me. Don't give up on us. Let's see. Tell me more about that. You know, it is what it is. We got the Knight of Wands showing up with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. That could be them being in the Knight of Wands energy, right? And because they are acting as a Knight of Wands energy, that could very much destabilize you if you are the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse pile 3. There could be fire signs with an earth sign here. Tell me more about this. Feels like, okay, is this the third party? Yeah, this, okay. So they're telling you, I don't know, this feels messy, you guys. This feels like it's directed at, like, whatever is going, it is showing up right underneath the third party, you mean that, you know, the love triangle card as well. It's almost like your person is like wanting, it's like wanting, or at least contemplating, heavily considering wrapping things up with the third party. There is already growing distance between them, right? I'll be honest, in that connection though, I mean, there's not much alignment. You got a Knight of Wands in the upright position with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, your person showing up as a knight, you know, not quite a king, and then we have, you know, we have the third party showing up in queen energy, but in the distortion of that. And again, it could very much be because your person is in Knight of Wands energy, that could be dysregulating or continuing dysregulation in, you know, the third party's nervous system or something. You know, a Knight of Wands can be very inconsistent, right? Inconsistent, hard to pin down. They can tend to be very flighty, right? Just not as bad as if it was in the reverse, but there's definitely, there's still there's still some maturation that's needing to happen. I don't even know if that's a word, maturation. I'm gonna have to look that up. I might have just made up a word, pile 3. There's more maturing that's needing to happen, you know, with this Knight of Wands. But you know what? Your person came through as a King of Wands earlier. I'm telling you, it's like, you know, your person can be a King of Wands, but for whatever reason, with a third party is not. And that might be why the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in the distortion of their energy, is because your person could be holding key elements of themselves back, namely like their passion, which could be very sporadic, right? Yeah, because here we got the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is very reckless energy at the expense of whatever bond that they may have had. It feels like it's killing it, actually, with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, okay? I mean, if your person is prone to shenanigans, okay, within romantic relationships, just doing things out of impulse, not really thinking things through and stuff like that, you're not missing out. There's whatever it is that may have caused you to hold a grudge with them, pile 3, it's like there's signs and energies here that they're doing the same thing to the third party. Literally, it's like you're not missing out on anything, okay? Let's look at I Need My Space right now, because your person's coming out of that. So what then? Again, that was earlier, that was clarified by the Page of Cups in the reverse. And so they might be wanting to reach out, at least for communication, right? Maybe an apology. Yeah, they are dealing with some core wounds here. Oh, you know what? That's actually not a bad thing. We got the Devil in the reverse showing up with strength, and then the Sun in the reverse. Okay, yeah, so they are actually in the process of healing whatever these core wounds that may have caused them to behave in ways that would have caused this grudge or this gap or this, you know, distance to open up between the two of you. And when I mean distance, I mean like emotional, mental distance, whatever that grudge is that may have made you feel like you have to put distance between you and them to close your heart off, or, you know, at least the very least it pissed you off, right? But your person is literally trying, whatever that is, they're, because we got the Strength and we got the Devil in the reverse, okay? So that Strength card is this person literally taming the beast, and then we got the Devil in the reverse, okay? And so your person is like, they're trying to deal, and they're not trying, they are healing, they are learning how to tame that beast. That devil energy is what got them in trouble with you. That devil energy is what got them in trouble with the third party as well. Okay, and that might be why your person is like, I'll do whatever it takes to win you back. I'll do whatever it takes to make things right. But it's like, you know, they don't know if they can make it right. They're like, give me a sign, give me an idea, give me something, pile 3, right? And then we got the sun showing up in the reverse. Leo energy is coming through heavy here. Leo season could be significant for when, you know, something significant in your guys' connection could be happening during Leo season. This is a timeless reading, okay? We also have Capricorn showing up with the devil in the reverse. Your person is like, I'm almost there, but not yet, with the sun in the reverse. They are going to be reaching out, okay? But they're like, they need to make sure that they've tamed enough of that beast so that if they do come back, or if they do attempt reconciliation with you, if they do attempt to spark something between the two of you again, that the two of you can get off on the right foot this time, because it feels like you guys didn't, right, prior, especially with this never-ending story showing up in the reverse. Your person's like, no, they're wanting to do what they can do on their part to make sure that they don't perpetuate what they did, to, you know, to kind of add to the divide between the two of you. All right, pile 3, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile, let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you have not yet already done so, simply by subscribing, and don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 3, I'll see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye guys.